Hello, today I'm going to show you Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, part 1. Okay, the first part goes like this. This is all finger picking. It's 7th fret on the D, then 5th fret G, then 5th fret B, then 5th, and then 5th fret high E. And then you do these two together, which is 6th fret D and 7th fret high E. And then you bar the 5th fret, and then you play the 5th fret of the B, and then the 5th fret of the G. Then you pluck the 7th fret of the high E. Then you go to this one, which is 8th fret of the high E and 5th fret of the D. And then you pluck the 5th fret of the B and the 5th fret of the G. And then the 5th fret of the G. And then you pluck the 8th fret of the high E. So what you should have so far is this. And then you go down to this D, and then you play the 2nd fret of the high E and open D together. And then you pluck the 3rd fret of the B, and then the 2nd fret of the G. And then the 2nd fret of the high E. And then you pluck the 3rd fret of the D and open high E together. And then you pluck the 1st fret of the B and then the 2nd fret of the G. And then the 1st fret of the B. You pause for a little bit, rest, whatever. And then you do, which is the high E string open, and then the 1st fret of the B, and then the 2nd fret of the G. And that would be that chord, the first chord right there would be 3rd fret, low E, and open D and G, and 3rd fret B. And then this one is open A, 2nd fret on the D and G strings, and 1st fret on the B, and open high E. And then you pluck the open A, you slide up to the 8th fret, then you pluck the 7th fret of the A, and then you do open A again. And then you do the 7th fret of the D, and then the 5th fret of the G, and then the 5th fret of the B. And then you pluck the 7th fret of the high E and the 6th fret of the D. And then you pluck the 5th fret of the B and then the 5th fret of the G. And then the 7th fret of the high E, and then together you pluck the 8th fret of the high E and the 5th fret of the D. And then you pluck the 5th fret of the B and then the 5th fret of the G. And then you pluck the 8th fret of the high E. And this is what you should have. And that one part is like kind of fast arpeggio kind of thing. Then you go down to this. Then you pluck the 2nd fret of the high E and the open D. And then the 3rd fret of the B, and then the 2nd fret of the G. And then the 2nd fret of the high E. And then you do the 3rd fret of the D and the open high E. And then you do the 2nd fret of the B, and the 1st fret of the B, and then the 2nd fret of the G. And then the 1st fret of the B. And you do that same thing again with the open E, and then the 1st fret B, and then the 2nd fret G. then you do the same 2 chords. And then you do this: open A, then 2nd fret A, then 3rd fret A. Then the 2nd fret of the D, then open G, then 1st fret of the B. Well, then it's 2nd fret of the high E and open D, and then 3rd fret of the B, and then the 2nd fret of the G, and then the 2nd fret of the high E. And then you do the open high E and the 3rd fret of the D, and then the 1st fret of the B, and then the 2nd fret of the G. And then the open high E. And then you pluck the open B and open A, and then you hammer on to the 1st fret of the B, and then you play the 2nd fret of the G. And then you do the open A, then the 2nd fret of the A, then the 3rd fret of the A, and while you pluck the 3rd fret of the A, pluck the 1st fret of the B, then the open string of the G, and then the 2nd fret of the D, and then you pluck the 1st fret of the B, then the 2nd fret of the high E and the open G, and then you do the 3rd fret of the B, and then the 2nd fret of the G. And you, with that same chord thing, you pluck the 3rd fret of the B and E high E strings, and then do that again, and then you pull off to the 2nd fret of the high E, and then you just like go downstroke and then upstroke. And then the same first part, which is and then it goes, and then that same kind of and then that's just going up the C chord and then going up the D chord, each like one note each. And then that chord that you play 3 times is 3rd fret of the D, 2nd fret of the G, and 1st fret of the B, and open high E. And then he starts singing. Thanks for watching this. Subscribe, rate, comment, whatever, and keep rocking.